I wish I had a cowboy hat for a time like this. 8 seconds starring Luke Perry. This old film. Yeah, I tried shooting it as a short. I couldn't do it. So the fact is, the reason this video is going out is because of the proximity to what once was, or what still is, my mom's birthday. But it's always so complicated to speak on the about it because it's loss is challenging. But yeah, like I said, I tried to do the video as a short, but I went too long, and no matter how much I tried to throw away and cut out and make it fit, I just couldn't make it a short. So take two. This time around, I'm not gonna try to rush right through it, but I will say, until I got to the finish, which was very reminiscent of Ford versus Ferrari. And what I mean by that is, had the movie ended 15 to 20 minutes earlier, it would have had a very happy ending. Not that the ending wasn't good for the story they were telling and, accurate, since it's based on Lane Frost's real life. But what I mean is, in both Ford versus Ferrari and 8 Seconds, had the movie ended just a few minutes earlier, then the main character would have had a happy finish. You could have just popped up the graphic saying, you know, 6 months from now, things went much differently. That's what I thought about Ford versus Ferrari too. But my point is, Luke Perry's character doesn't make it to the end of the film. His best friend, played by Stephen Baldwin, named Tough, does make it to the end. And the guy is very tough. I like Tough. He's kind of not friendly to Lane when they first start hanging out. Obviously they're rivals, both trying to be the world champion of bull riding. And at times it seemed like perhaps Tough was Lane's primary rival. And then there were other times when it seemed like maybe Lane was mostly fighting for his father's love, given the fact that Clyde was a former champion bull rider himself. And then, even at one point in the film, it seemed like maybe Red Rock, a bull that most people couldn't ride, was Lane's biggest adversary. But upon completion of the movie, it seems like Lane himself was almost his worst enemy, because even when he is on top, especially when he's on top, it seems like that's when he's fracturing from confidence. And then after he overcomes Red Rock, the bull that nobody could beat, he keeps going to such a degree that he falls to an entirely different bull. But I mean, that's the nature of the game, I guess you would say, because it's such a dangerous outing. My goodness, the idea that you're going up against or trying to outlast something that legitimately, if it has the inkling, can destroy you. I mean, early on, there's a point where it was like, is he even going to be functioning as a man because of how severe the injury is to his body? But also early on, Lane is smitten with a girl named Kelly. And for quite a while, she is the thing he's pursuing more than the world championship. And, for good reason. because she is awesome. I mean, she also comes from, what seems to be a great family. I love the first time he's on her family's farm. He's like, "Oh, this will be great for the wedding," and she remarks that he hasn't even kissed her, and she'll try and keep the date open as if that he had set a date. But yeah, the Lane and Kelly dynamic is great until it isn't great. So Lane not only is out to try and win his father's love, but there's a part of me that thinks that he will never, or does never, put himself to a place that he, in his own mind, that feels like that he could have ever been okay. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more. But most importantly, the story itself. Like, he's always jealous of Kelly's ex. He always thinks that his father is better than him, saying that, "Oh, if I ever get to half of what he's got, then I'll be great." And it's like, man, that's crazy, especially given the fact that later his father admits to him that there's nothing he could teach him or show him or tell him about bull riding that he isn't already better than him with or for. But I think that's the thing, is that Lane had spent his entire life trying to reach some standard that he didn't even need to overcome or prove to his father. Like, I think that he was already, as his dad put it, better than him at what they both did. Except I'm not sure Lane knew it. And it didn't take, but it wasn't until after his death that his father came to the conclusion or the realization. He's like, "I'm not sure I ever told my son I loved him." He's like, "I know that I told him he did a good job and that I was proud of him, but his dad wasn't even sure that he ever told him he loved him." It was powerful stuff. And when Tough goes to tell Kelly that the bull riding people want her there at the championships, he doesn't tell her it's for the Hall of Fame, but it's presumed that's why. They're giving him a special recognition because of, legitimately he was able to do things that others never could. And when she goes there and Tough wins the world championship, it's amazing to see the actual final image of the film, because before it starts telling you the true story and what came of it, because what you see is Tough continuing to ride after the 8 seconds where he has become world champion. And Lane's mom is worried that he's stuck. And when the family and Cody, their other friend, Tough and Lane's other friend, realize that Tough is riding for Lane, who couldn't be there, it was just like, oh, that's good stuff. That's powerful, because the commentators, the people who were calling the bull riding action, said that Tough had dedicated the finals or the championship to his fallen friend. And heck, even when the movie ended, they said that Tough named his son after his friend who had passed. So that's just great. The movie, while there was a period of time where I didn't think I would give it 5 stars, but once we got to the end and that final third act, it put it over the top. It made it great, because there was a lot of times in the second act where I was like, "Oh man, I don't even think I like you people," because Lane getting jealous of Kelly's ex, Kelly then falling for her or for the moves of the ex, Lane going after or pursuing or allowing the pursuit of the fans to cause him to be unfaithful. I was like, man, I don't really like any of you people. And then in the second act, the mother gives Lane an amazing pep talk speech, like, don't let your, don't cost your marriage over this stuff. And it was just like, yeah, it was great. That's the thing. Like, anybody who is passing on watching this because, oh, what do I care about bull riding? I understand. Like, I remembered my mother watching it when I was young because it came out when I was young, and I remember she liked it. But like, if you're thinking, oh, this isn't something I care about, well, imagine if you will, a person who's never watched boxing and puts on Rocky. It's like, well, you don't love it specifically for the boxing. You love it for the the pursuit of greatness. The same with so many other sports based things. Like, I don't watch car racing, but when I watch a car racing movie and I can get behind the characters, it's like, yeah, that's what it's all about. So yeah, 8 seconds. It was a great movie, and the reason I couldn't do this in short form is because, yeah, I miss my mother, and it means a lot when you can put on a movie and it take you back to a time gone by, and put a smile on your face knowing that the person you miss loved what you're watching. And so, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Enjoy.